Hello, I'm Rindall, and I thought I would make a short tutorial on how to import a MakeHuman MHX file into Blender. I looked for a tutorial earlier, and the only ones I found on this particular subject are in German, so this one's for all the English folks out there. I've already got Blender open. I'm using the newest Blender 2.55. It's not a nightly build, it's the newest, it's the latest stable version. It's remember that 2.55 is a beta, so there are some problems with it, but it works pretty good. We're going to first open MakeHuman. We don't need that window. And as you can see, my computer is ancient. I'm using a nightly build of MakeHuman 5.1, and it's from 10 December 2010. We need to basically just make a guy. We'll take a fella, give him a little six-pack, and da 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 da. Just go into Blender, make your model as you want, and you'll then to export as an MHX file, click Files, Export, select .mhx, and type in your file name. For this one, we'll just call this YouTube something, and then there's other options, but we'll just skip those for now. Click Save, and as I said, my computer is from the Stone Age. It was probably from 5 years ago, so it takes a little while. The file is fairly large. It works out to be about 5 meg, and we're saved. So let's close this. I've already got Blender open because it takes a little while to load up on my computer. I've already got a scene here that I'm working on for the next cover of my book, and if you'll notice, both of these models here are MakeHuman models. I've already put some clothes and accessories on this one, and this one's a work in progress. Now, to load an MHX file, we go up to File first. Make sure go to User Preferences. As of 2.55, the MHX importer is a standard part of Blender. So if you'll go down, check Import Export, make sure you've got that checked so that you can import MakeHuman MHX files. So you've got to have that checked. Close that, and then one thing you need to be aware of is that the importer places the models and the clothing and the armature on different layers, so you need to be aware of that. They're all in the top layer. They're on 1, 3, and 5, I believe. Now let's import our file. Go to Import. You should have MakeHuman.mhx there. Select it. The options for the importer are on the left hand. The scale is self-explanatory. In my case, I generally use a smaller scale because the importer puts it as a fairly large model. I do not want to replace the scene. When it says replace the scene, it means it will erase everything else. So be careful to uncheck that if you've already built your scene. Enforced version, self-explanatory and a good idea. You want the mesh. The proxies are low poly meshes, or is a low poly mesh to use in case you want to put it in a game or something. Clothes, yes, we definitely want clothes. These are basic clothes. We don't want our guy to be naked. Shape keys, blah blah blah. So you'll have to experiment with these to see what suits you. MakeHuman saves by default in Windows at least, in a directory under My Documents. MakeHuman that it creates exports, and you'll look here and we see we have our YouTube guy, YouTube something, blah 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 blah. I have others here I've been experimenting with. See, it's a 5 megabyte file. You might want to make sure you pick the 2.5. This one is for the Blender 2.49. So you want to select this one and mash import. And like I say, it takes a little while on my computer unless it's broken down. We'll give it a minute or two. I could sing while it's loading. I generally get up and go to the bathroom, pet my dog, go outside and chop wood, all these kind of things while it does its thing. I think it's still working because I see my hard drive light flashing. I've used MakeHuman models for all the covers of my ebooks. They work out pretty well. MakeHuman is still an alpha version, so it's still not complete. They have a lot of neat features that they're going to build in the future. And there we are. If you'll notice, there's our guy. Like I said, he's pretty big in relation to my scene. And you'll see he's got his clothes on, but they're on different layers. Layer 1, he's just the model. Layer 2 is the armature. Layer 3 is the proxy mesh, the low resolution mesh. Layer 5 is the clothing. And that's basically how that works. I'm still learning Blender and MakeHuman, and if I find out anything in the future, that I'll try to make a tutorial for that. Thank you for listening, and if you have a chance, go to Amazon and check out my fantasy series, The Key to Magic. And this is Ryan Dahl. Thank you.